Welcome back to Faculty Focus. After taking a short break, we are back to highlighting a different member of our amazing faculty each month to celebrate their accomplishments and introduce them to you. This month, we are going to highlight Dr. Kaitlyn Casulli. Dr. Casulli is an assistant professor and extension process specialist here in Athens. A few months ago, we talked about the purpose of our extension workshops with Dr. Laurel Dunn. This month, we are going to take a deeper dive into extension food science and technology as we talk about one of the most important aspects of the office. Watch along and learn about EFST workshops and trainings this month on Faculty Focus with Dr. Kaitlyn Casulli.
Hi, my name is Kaitlyn Casulli, and I'm an assistant professor and extension process specialist here at UGA in the Department of Food Science and Technology.
What is your academic background and your research focus?
So I started out at NC State as an undergraduate in food science. I actually started in research this summer before my freshman year. So I was working in a food microbiology lab, and I discovered that food microbiology wasn't really my thing. But as I've learned in my career, never say never, because now I work with microbiology. But I decided after that experience to get more into engineering. So I found a position in an engineering lab, and I got to do a lot of really cool hands-on things. So I got to work with equipment, and I got to build things. I got to really see the impact of the research as I was doing the project, as opposed to microbiology. Sometimes you can't see things directly, or you have to wait for them to happen. So engineering was really that direct impact for me. I also, ended up taking some math classes and really was steering myself into more of an engineering focus in my coursework. And that set me up when I finished up my undergraduate degree to go off to Michigan State for graduate school. So I got started in my master's program in biosystems engineering. I got to do more of the modeling and math things that I like to do while still being in the lab. So it was about, it was a lot of computer work, but it was also still all that hands-on stuff in the lab. Once I finished up my master's, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. So I ended up getting a bartending job and also doing consulting part-time. So the consulting projects I did, one was a risk assessment for peanuts, for salmonella in peanuts. And then the other project was working with a company that does dry roasting. So they design and build these roasters for companies that want to dry roast things like tree nuts or peanuts or seeds, anything like that. They wanted to use my expertise in modeling to help them with the validation process for these roasters. So figuring out how much of a microorganism is actually killed off in this process. So that was both really good experiences that helped set me up for what I wanted to do with my PhD. So after doing that for about a year, I decided to go back for the PhD again at Michigan State. So I got to do a lot more of the modeling part of it and heat transfer aspects of it. I worked with peanuts. Ironically, that was kind of, I did the risk assessment in peanuts, so I decided to kind of take that next step into doing a bit more of the modeling related to peanuts so I could tie those projects together in a way. And that's kind of what led me to UGA, was those opportunities I took during my PhD to travel and network and meet people. So after I finished up my PhD, I decided that UGA was the place to be, and somehow landed the job before I defended my dissertation. But yeah, it really was. It seemed at the time like not a logical pathway. I felt like I was jumping around all over the place, but it really goes to show you that you're going to end up where you need to be based on what your experiences are.